Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, the Mirror Cup has just been released and it has blown everybody's mind. I am here with ScrubLordDustin, a fan favorite, to discuss and just do a broad overview of our first look into the Mirror Cup. Now before we get started, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all PvP and Silph Arena content. Now on to the video!
So we previously did a video on what we thought was going to be in the Mirror Cup. That was like, what, a couple days ago?
Yeah.
And we were wrong.
Completely wrong.
Yeah. So we were thinking about typings, we were thinking about, I think you said normal ghosts.
Yeah.
That was going to be in it.
No, I was saying the whole only six Pokemon.
Yeah.
See, I still think that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Terrible.
We were wrong. I was gonna be really happy. I was telling you, like, if one of our predictions is right in that video, I'm gonna be really happy. They were all wrong.
Completely wrong.
Yeah.
Now, guys, please do not mind how tired we look.
Yeah, we had no idea that the cup was gonna be released tonight. It's what? Is it past midnight?
It is
It's definitely past midnight.
1:15 a.m. EST.
Yeah. I was in my room. I was putting some final touches on the video, a video that's gonna be posted tomorrow, and then I get a call from this guy. You know,
yeah.
I'm like getting into my bed. Yo, I'm outside your house.
Literally, I was outside his house 5 minutes after the Mirror Cup was announced, because I'm like, yo, we have to make a video right now. Like,
it didn't take long.
No. In the Mirror Cup, it's basically kind of like Mario when they did the Mirror Cup.
Yeah, in Nintendo 64, when you do the Mirror Cup and you do all the courses in reverse, which I can't believe I didn't think about that because I'm a huge Mario Kart person.
How did we not think of that?
I don't know, man.
How did we not think of that?
You really messed up this one.
It was like, yeah, they did everything in reverse,
yeah.
And now it's like we should. Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry, Mario. We failed you.
In the Mirror Cup, what is explained from Silph is that they are going to be doing all of the cups from the start, which is going to be from Boulder all the way to Jungle, and now your community is going to pick one of those cups and they're going to say, this is the cup we're doing for the month, whether it's Boulder, Twilight, Tempest, Kingdom, or even the Season 1 regionals. So that's going to be really interesting because now it's based on that community, what Pokemon they're going to be discussing and they're going to be looking into and practicing with. So let's say, for example, like Scarborough, it might be doing, let's say, Twilight, while let's say downtown Toronto might be doing Tempest. So this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of options now, guys. You gotta keep on those Silph Arena maps to see what's up for sale right
There's
now.
a lot of traveling that's going to be involved in this, because now you want to do as many cups as you can, or maybe you're the most comfortable playing in Kingdom Cup, but you have to travel because that's the only place that has a Kingdom Cup for the Mirror Cup.
I mean, I think it's a lot of good opportunities, a lot of bad opportunities, because, I mean, someone like me, in the Boulder Cup, I had no idea what I was doing. I came with like the weirdest Pokemon, and the chance to kind of like do the Boulder Cup again with the knowledge I have now. I kind of like that a lot.
It's kind of like a redo. It's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I didn't do so well in my Boulder Cup, even though I won at Boulder Cup. You couldn't have done that any more dramatic. It gives people a chance to be able to do a redo on that cup. You know what? I wish I was able to go back in time, go back to my Boulder Cup, and redo it because I know I would be able to do so much better this time. And now you actually have that opportunity. Alright, now, ScrubLord, the scrubbiest of the scrub.
Thank you.
Let's actually go into each individual cup and explain all the typings.
Alright, starting from Boulder.
Alright, so Boulder Cup, it was Rock, Ground, Fighting, and Steel. Going back into the Boulder Cup meta, I remember, who do you remember was top notch?
Medicham.
Medicham. Skarmory?
Yep.
Skarmory. Wishcash.
Wishcash, that's the three.
Wishcash.
Yeah.
That was the trio.
Yeah, the Triforce.
Right? Well, actually, now there's a little bit of a twist because in Boulder Cup, you were allowed to use multiple of the same Pokemon.
Right, and Silph Arena has specified that you cannot use multiple Pokemon this time around. So no teams of 3 Skarmories and no teams of 3 Metachams.
I'm not gonna lie, I went double Skarmory.
Yeah,
I went
did.
double Skarmory first tournament.
That's a scrub move.
Well, I learned from the best, right? But now going back into it, now you can't run that double Skarmory play. So now you have to change things up. But also, Metacham back then also didn't have power up
Did
punch.
not have power up
It
punch.
didn't have power up
And
punch.
now it's just gonna be insane.
Oh man,
powered up.
Metacham's gonna be extremely good.
Yeah.
And now with also with the new move sets, right? Like we also it says Steel here. So with Steel, we also have new Pokemon like Bronzong.
Yeah, Lucario.
Yeah, Lucario.
Yeah.
Right. So now Lucario's allowed in this.
They were
meta.
never back in the first Boulder Cup. They were not out yet, right?
Yeah. No. Wow.
Yeah, so even though we're going back to the old cups, there is still going to be like a whole new meta that you got to focus on.
Yeah, because now with all these different Pokemon, like you saw with Jungle Cup,
Yeah.
every one Charm got released and the whole meta flipped.
Yeah.
Like
That was one fast
That
move.
was one fast move.
And Wigglytuff became this powerhouse.
Right?
Yeah.
Like again, not saying that you would have used Wigglytuff, but it completely played a huge part.
Yeah.
Right? Now imagine with all of these Pokemon, all of these new
Yeah.
moves. Right? Oh my gosh.
The
Now,
meta is a delicate system, and as soon as you touch, make a little bit of tweaks, there's big changes.
now let's go into the Twilight Cup. Now the Twilight Cup consisted of Fairy, Dark, Poison, and Ghost. So going back into the Twilight Cup meta, who do we remember was top notch?
The first Pokemon that comes to mind is Toxicroak, of course.
Toxicroak, yeah, that was the
Yeah.
god. And then we also had our Venomoth.
Venomoth.
Yes, Venomoth! Back in it, Venomoth!
Legacy Venomoth. Which I will never get my hands on.
So we had Venomoth. Then
It was
who else we
Muck.
had?
Muck.
Oh, Muck.
A Alolan Muck? Or regular Muck?
Yeah, I think you
I
were
think
able
both
to
of
go
them.
either or.
Yeah.
Right? You can go Thunder Punch, but
And
I think
both of them
Alolan
did.
was a little bit better just because it had the Dark typing.
Yeah, I think so. I think I didn't have an Alolan Muck at the time, and I was running like a Thunder Punch Muck, and I was like, this is definitely gonna surprise some people. In my Twilight Cup, I didn't do so hot because I had this weird obsession with bringing Togekiss, and like back then, it probably wouldn't do as well, but now it has Charm.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
It might actually be relevant.
I could reignite that old obsession with Togekiss, and
Oh
it
my
might
gosh.
do good this time.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. So Twilight was actually the one I went to Niagara Falls with Scotty and King IV. That was a tournament where me and King both tied for second place.
You tied with King?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was wicked. That was a really good experience. We all went into King's car, we drove there, and then we both tied. And that guy who won, I forgot his name, but he beat Scotty first, then he beat me, and then he beat King. Like he went through the whole gauntlet.
I wish I could do that.
Now moving on to the next tournament, it was Tempest.
Yeah. And this is the tournament I beat you in.
That is the tournament.
This is the first tournament I got victory over him.
Yeah. And I never heard the end of it.
Yeah. I talked about it for a long time.
Okay, so going into the typings, it was electric, ice, flying, and ground. So who was the top meta from Tempest that you remember?
I remember Altaria.
Altaria,
I remember Skarmory.
Skarmory,
Lapras, obviously.
Celio.
Yeah, the Celio.
Yeah,
If you
Body
didn't have the
Slam
Lapras.
Celio.
Because I didn't have the Ice Shard Lapras at the time.
Well, now actually that's gonna change everything.
What?
Because now everybody basically has a double legacy Lapras.
Yeah, man. And I traded a shiny Elekid for my shiny Lapras.
Oh, don't get me started on these legacy trades.
So now everyone's got a Ice Shard Lapras, so Tempest is gonna be interesting.
Yep.
And you didn't do too well at Tempest, did you?
No, I did terrible.
If
I
you
did
lost to
terrible.
me, you know he's doing pretty bad.
No, I had no preparation.
So this might be your chance to redeem yourself.
Oh, I will redeem myself.
Yeah.
And we will have it on video, just to make sure that the world can see when me and you go up against each other during Tempest.
Yeah, but you know, they'll never forget the first time I beat you.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's called redemption. We're gonna make it a wager match.
Oh, there goes another shiny.
Yeah, see, you put your money where your mouth is for Tempest.
Yeah,
now.
maybe I'll win again
Okay,
because I got a winning streak with Tempest right now.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I could take some of those shinies. He's got a lot of them.
All right, so enough about Tempest and how much you beat me. Let's go on to Kingdom Cup. Now, what happened in Kingdom?
I lost in Kingdom.
Yeah, I beat you in
I did
Kingdom.
real bad, guys.
Yeah.
This Kingdom was the start of my log adventure to get a Bastiodon because that is a huge grind just to get that up to 1500.
yeah.
Does it max at 1500?
Depending on the IV, yeah, you can get it. Yeah, if you want to get it to like level 40.
Yeah, so I didn't even have a single shield on. I had to trade one, and the one that I got was so bad IV, and I didn't realize how much candy and Stardust you needed on it. So I was never gonna get my Bastiodon.
So you didn't end up doing it.
No, but this was also Lucario.
Yeah.
And
Lucario was key.
There was one more. There was 3 gods in the meta, right? There's
Three gods?
Bastiodon, Lucario, and
Altaria.
Altaria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran Lucario, Altaria, Bastiodon, Steelix.
I remember Steelix being
Right?
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And Alolan Marowak was somewhere in there.
Yeah, I ran a
probably.
Alolan Marowak because
Yeah.
Steelix is good. No.
Steelix is good.
Jimmabags. Jimmabags. Steelix is good.
Steelix is good, Jimma.
Charizard was a part of it. You ran Charizard.
I ran Charizard?
Yeah, you ran Charizard in Kingdom. Because Charizard was Lucario's biggest counter.
Oh, that's why I ran Charizard.
Right?
Yeah.
And he also beat Steelix. Right? And he also had Dragon Claw for the Altaria.
Right.
So people ran Charizard in that meta.
Yeah.
So
There was a lot of like confusing top meta.
yeah. Well, you ran Charizard.
I ran Charizard.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything about Tempest.
Maybe because I beat you so hard.
Yeah. Maybe.
Next, we're going to be going into Nightmare. Psychic, Dark, and Fighting.
Right. And these are becoming more recent, so I'm starting to remember these ones.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't like this one because, I mean, a lot of people didn't like this one because it was kind of just like that rock, paper, scissors, because there's
Yeah.
only 3 types. So it's kind of just like whoever sends out the first matchup.
Yeah,
who
if
gets the
someone
first
ran the
matchup.
Psychic, the
Yeah.
other one's led with the Dark.
And this
it was a harder
was
matchup to keep up
Toxicroak.
with. Yeah.
Spiritomb?
Spiritomb.
But
yeah.
people kind of like stopped using it when the meta.
Right.
Yeah.
I ran it.
I ran it too, but I never used it.
Yeah. See, the thing is, what I like to do, you know this.
The mental game.
Yeah, the mental
That's where
game.
you're going.
It's all about the mental game because if you do something that completely throws people
I
off,
hate your mental game. Man. His mental game always gets me.
I led with Spiritomb,
Yeah.
and nobody saw that coming. Nobody.
But who else was it? It was Toxicroak.
Yep.
Oh, Hypno.
Hypno. And Hypno now.
Yeah, Hypno now is gonna be insane.
Oh my goodness.
With all those punching moves.
Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch.
Yeah. And then you also have to watch out for Shadow Ball.
Shadow Ball Legacy.
And it has a fighting move, Close Combat.
Close combat.
And then Psychic, but like.
But I think you're gonna completely just forget about close combat now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Shadow Ball and then one of the punch moves.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard Pokemon to predict, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then I remember like a lot of the Alolan Raticates.
Yeah.
Or Skuntank. Like everyone kind of had like their
Yeah.
quintessential Psychic, their quintessential Fighting, which was Toxicroak, and then their Dark types, which
Yeah.
for me was Alolan Raticate, and I loved that Alolan Raticate. I love starting with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Alolan Raticate was amazing. Unless only time Alolan Raticate wasn't so great was when you led with the Raticate and the other guy led with the Toxic.
Yeah, you go down in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but the thing is, he did have Hyper Fang, which Hyper Fang did some serious damage to that Toxicroak.
Yeah, if you manage to live long enough
Yeah,
with
yeah.
those fighting moves.
Okay, so we're off Nightmare. We're gonna be going into Rainbow now. So with Rainbow, we had Fire, Electric, Bug, Grass, and Water.
Yeah, Rainbow was not my strong suit. I went to a tournament and I think there was 4 rounds.
Yeah.
And I did not win a single round, guys. Like I'm not talking about like rounds. I'm talking about battles. I did not win a single battle. I got 2-0 4 times.
Well, there is a reason why they call you the Scrub Lord,
Yeah,
right?
I think I broke the record there though. I must have broken some records.
Well, at least you made the name.
Yeah. It's a losing record, but I'm still in the books.
Yeah, right. You're in the books.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we remember was King from the Rainbow?
Charizard.
Charizard.
Venusaur?
Venusaur.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quagsire.
Quagsire. Anytime you can use Lantern, you're gonna use Lantern.
Yeah, Lantern's a really bulky little fish.
Yeah, he's bomb. Well, the thing is now, we have water typing, and we do have a community day on Sunday. Sunday?
Coming up, yeah.
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
Right.
So, next couple days, we're gonna have a Hydro Cannon Swampert.
Yeah, and people are kind of like interested to see if Swampert can replace Quagsire with that like.
I think it can do very well to Quagsire. The only thing is, I don't know if it's gonna be better than Marshtomp.
Right.
Because Marshtomp has Mud Bomb.
Yeah.
It has Mud Shot, Surf, while Swampert will have Mud Shot, Hydro Cannon, Earthquake.
It's also gonna have Muddy Water now. Can't count that.
Yeah, Muddy Water is gonna be a garbage move though. Like I think it's gonna be terrible. Wow. It just doesn't compete. It doesn't compete with Hydro Cannon.
It lowers attack, doesn't it?
30% chance.
30%
It's a
chance.
30% chance of lowering the attack.
I'm gonna put my my money on those odds.
And this is why they call him the Scrub Lord. Thank you for giving us as much reason to keep the name that you have.
I'm gonna take my chances.
Yeah.
And when I get that like 60% drop on your attack,
Or you're gonna pull it off twice.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, maybe you should have ran Muddy Water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say, bro.
Watch.
Okay.
Gonna lower your attack so badly.
So you want to lead with that?
Yeah.
And we'll make that a wager match too.
Got some Muddy Water coming for you, buddy.
Next is gonna be the current cup that we have right now. It is the Jungle Cup, and we don't really have to go too much into it because
especially because you know how tired I am of the Jungle Cup.
yeah, I'm exhausted of it. Like I'm so sick of looking at Vigoroth.
Yeah.
Vigoroth, like I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah, he was a cool little monkey at first, but now I'm just tired of seeing him coming out with his swinging arms and his counters and his body slams and me going down quickly to it.
The thing is now is that it's been done so much, right? And Vigoroth is so viable to the point where it's like it's not only on everybody's team, but it's being played every single round.
Yeah, it's just the most recent too, and like I don't really see anyone being like, hey, we just finished Jungle Cup, but let's do another one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A lot of people are kind of just like, okay, you know what? Now I'm waiting for Mirror.
Yeah.
And now the thing with Mirror is the fact that it has been basically replacing the old cups. That is what's happening here. Not only are they redoing all the cups, but they're also redoing regionals. Like, that's crazy.
And you're gonna have to fill me in with the regional qualifications because I didn't make it to regionals. Although I think we talked about I did make it to regionals, but I didn't really notice.
Yeah. So what I think what happened was when you got a higher score in Nightmare.
Right.
That brought you up the rankings, which got you the invitation.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
way
last
later.
minute.
Yeah, it was like a week before.
But I did get into regionals, okay? Remember.
Wonder how you would have done there.
Yeah. Thanks.
Not only do we have all those typings from before, we also have all those typings in one tournament now again.
Right, because in regionals, all of the tournament typings were allowed.
Yeah, from Boulder all the way to Kingdom. So
Right.
the typings we have is Ground, Rock, Steel, Fighting, Dark, Poison, Fairy, Ghost, Ice, Electric, Flying, Fire, and Dragon. Like,
Well, how did you do in regionals?
I took Silver.
Right.
I took the Silver. I think I was like one loss away
Yeah, that
from
was
getting
really
into
good.
Worlds.
I came to your regionals.
Yeah.
And you were like on a 5-streak win.
Yeah, I won 5 in a row and then lost the last 2, and
Yeah.
I was like devastated. I was dead though.
Yeah.
Like it was so hot outside, and like the crowd was around, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening right now?
I had a lot of faith in you, and
Yeah.
that faith was dashed really quickly because you just lost those last 2.
Wow. You know, at least I went to regionals.
I got invited, okay? I got invited.
Now remember, guys, when it comes to it being a redo, it's not necessarily 100% a full redo. It's those people who have not participated in those tournaments can now participate and actually be able to experience those cups. And it's also different because remember, there's new Pokemon, there's new movesets, there's new everything, and also even now the mechanics are starting to change in PvP. So everything is going to be different. Boulder will not be the same. You're not allowed to use 2 of the same Pokemon anymore. Double Skarmory, gone. Now you also have Metachan who has Power Up Punch. You have Charm involved.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, even though it's kind of like a look back on all the tournaments, and it's going to be really different. I mean, as we said earlier, just adding a single fast move to a couple fairy Pokemon kind of changes the meta. So, you know, you're going to have to still do more research because there's a lot of changes to the old cups now.
Watch those videos, guys.
Have to watch those deep dives.
Now, sorry, going back into what you were saying about the whole one fast move changes everything. That one fast move that you're talking about right now is Charm. And one thing I would really like to point out, and I'm not going to go too much into detail because we are going to make a video about this. You don't even know about this yet, but yeah, we're going to make a video about this. But
oh shit. State secrets right now.
Think about this. Gardevoir, Charm, Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Nightmare Cup.
Nightmare Cup being fighting Psychic and Fairy.
Nope, Dark.
Fighting Dark and Fairy.
Correct.
So that means that Gardevoir is going to be taking 4 times resistant to the fighting.
Yep.
And not very effective damage from Dark.
Correct.
It's not going to take any damage from Psychic.
Yep.
And it's going to take only neutral damage from Fairy.
And you also have Shadow Ball, which is going to be super effective on Psychic.
Yeah. Wow.
Gardevoir is going to wreck
in the
Nightmare Cup.
Yeah.
Just completely devastating.
She's going to be a real nightmare.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And thank goodness, because I've been really looking forward to actually using a Gardevoir.
Yeah, she's my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, I have never used a Gardevoir in PvP.
Yeah.
Not once. So, I use Gallade, but I've never used Gardevoir. So now the fact that we're able to use her is going to be amazing.
She's the embrace Pokemon. I love her.
Basically, guys, what we're trying to explain is even though they are doing a full redo, it is going to be a completely different meta due to the new moves like Charm, Bronzong getting Bulldoze, and what is it?
Psyshock.
Psyshock. And then we also have the new Pokemon that weren't available at those times. Remember, guys, it's going to be completely different. So make sure you guys stay up to date with all the content so that way you guys are the most informed before you guys go to your next tournament.
Whichever tournament that is.
Let us know down in the comments what you guys think of the Mirror Cup. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Let me know what you think of my haircut. Look at it.
Scrubby.